Two turntables and a microphone is where it's at. We are the Podguyz Podcast, bringing it to you live every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. We're a twinge late, as usual. I'm sorry.
It's my
It is what
fault,
it is.
buddy. It's my fault.
That is okay. It is okay. I'm Tony Cass.
Kevin Neary here. Oof.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, the dreamer of dreams, the doer of all things. What was it that I called it before?
Not sure.
What was that?
Well,
he is the waning gibbous. The waning gibbous.
Yep. And Sparky was not on the island. He was not on the Epstein Island. He was
7 weeks.
He was the island next door. Oh, you know.
Yeah, 7 weeks away from the ye old island. Le Sparky.
He's normally the only paparazzi on the scene without a camera. He does draw what he sees. So in quite distintful definition that you will your eyes will pop in amazement. Sheer amazement, Tony. But we have another Kevin in the box.
We do. We have for a second week in a row, we have a second Kevin.
I'll bet a quarter. That's the way we book him.
Kevin Ford in the room. Say hi, Kevin.
What's up? What's up?
Sir, you were on this show because we wanted to take... You know what? Sometimes on this show, Kevin and Sparky, we take things very seriously. We take this craft. We take this menagerie, so to speak, of podcasting to a whole different level. And we like to take it to a topic this week: Tourette syndrome.
Yep, that is what
and that is why you are here, Kevon.
Yep.
Oh, and the other Kevin too. Yeah, the other Kevin too.
Yeah. I get a case of what my wife thinks is Tourette syndrome whenever driving down the road, everywhere. It's in my opinion, road rage a little bit, but not really. But Kevin, what is the Tourette syndrome really? Because we've seen it portrayed in movies such as Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, Part 1, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, European Tour, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, Straight to Home movie. That was the third one.
Yeah.
I think that was like the big number one movie that first came out with it. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first.
Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
That was the first one I saw where it was like big noticed.
But tell us a little bit about it.
So Tourette syndrome is you have what's called motor tics and vocal tics. So motor tics are the movements that you make, involuntary movements. And vocal tics are the sounds, or as you see in that movie, the curse words or any other area of vocalization.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't have to be a curse. It could be a random word that just comes blurting out. It could be something that you happen to see and you just need to say what that word is.
Yeah. So I guess you'd say that category, as I call it, of Tourette syndrome is actually 10. I don't know the percentage correctly, but I want to say 10% of the human population that have Tourette's actually have that tic. So it's actually a very small percentage that actually vocalize curse words, racial slurs. They see something, they have to blurt it out, all those things in between. Most people you're going to meet, now mine are a lot more minor than what they used to be. But most people you're going to meet are going to make random noises, not so much curse words, or they're going to twitch their head, fling their arms up. I got a guy I work with that pops his wrist, that moves his fingers all over. So yeah, so I mean, it's a big variety of things. But like we said, the Gigolo movie was the first real one to promote that that's what it is.
So when did you first realize that you were a gigolo?
I was 8 years old when I got diagnosed.
Nice.
I've had it for 30 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
So a funny story me and my mom always talk about, and I'm sure people with the real severe cases don't find
Now,
humor.
by the way, your mom's a huge supporter of you.
Yes, my mom's watching this now.
Aw, hi, Mom.
Hey,
My mom's been
Hi, Mrs. Ford.
has been the biggest backbone of my Tourette life, should I say. But we make a good pun at it because I mean, I can't not, it's there. I have it. It is what it is. So I've asked my mom, I was like, well, how do you know? Like, what were the first signs? Well, I played soccer as in my youth, recreational soccer. And she said the best way I could describe you as a kid is you look like a bobblehead running up and down the soccer field. Now we find humor in that, but I'm sure people with very severe cases would not. But it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. It used to be a real bad.
Now, is that due? Not to say what does it do to, but have they ever diagnosed and then like tried to like? I know there's things that they can do in order to weaken the ticks through a lot of like or not to say like physical therapy or like mental tick therapy
Like
that you can do, but like not a lot of like drugs that are just like, oh man, this will take care of it right off the bat.
No, so in my book I wrote, and we can talk more about that later. But
Which is called
My Life with Tourette's.
There it is.
Yes.
Find it on Amazon, by the way.
Yes. So starting out in the mid '90s is when I got diagnosed, and Juice Bigelow was not a big thing then yet, and so we didn't really know much about it. So we went off of medication, and medication is probably, I wouldn't say your best route you have, because now they got like this CBIT and all this therapy stuff. But back in the mid '90s, that was really our only option, and it definitely sucked ass for sure.
I can only
Because
imagine.
1 minute you'll be a zombie, the next minute you'll be wired, the next minute you'll be fighting to stay awake when you're 10, 11 years old, supposed to be full of energy. You over here nodding off, trying not to fall asleep. So it's been a big roller coaster. Luckily now, medication now is a lot more advanced and a lot better.
Well, it's not there to not necessarily suppress anything, but your concentration level and stuff like that just needs to be heightened just a little bit.
Yeah. A lot of the medicines, especially now compared to back then, what they have found is antipsychotics work best for Tourette syndrome.
what about cocaine?
I did it. It didn't do nothing.
Next question. How about crack? Because you're getting real stuff then.
No, not that neither.
No, son of a bitch. Well, I'm all out of ideas. Next, they'll be prescribing Ozempic for people that have Tourette's. They'll be like all Skeletor looking, like it's helping 5%. They're like, well, that's amazing. You look like garbage.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
The pros and cons when it comes to any kind of mental-born illness to a degree, and I hate categorizing it like that. I'd rather call it a vaccine-related injury, throwing it out there, because we don't know where stuff like that comes from. But 100% of people with Tourette's have been vaccinated, and 0 studies have been done if those two are related. So could it be maybe something like that? Because Tourette's was never a thing until the discovery or unfortunate discovery of vaccine related. What do you think about that, Kev?
So as far as that goes, I'm not 100% sure, but me and my mom do have a high suspicion on where I got my diagnosis. So I got diagnosed with ADHD before I got diagnosed with Tourette's.
Okay.
A year and a half, 2 years after being on the medicine, next thing I know, I have Tourette's. Now, I have done my research, my own research. A lot of doctors and people out there will disagree.
No, go, man. You go for it
right.
Here it is, live on the Podguyz Podcast.
There is studied proof that medicine can cause Tourette's. ADHD medicine can cause Tourette's. And it's crazy because they say if you have ADHD, you know, if you have Tourette's, you have ADHD or OCD or one of these other ones. But my mom is hell bent that if I would have never have started ADHD medicine, I probably would have never have gotten Tourette's.
1,000% agree with her on that one. And, just throwing it out there for people that are unaware of the harmful side effects of ADHD medication in children, or where ADHD and when was it starting to be diagnosed, throwing it in here also, the need for MRI diagnosis to detect brain shape. Okay. When brain shape has been, when brain shape is close to being complete, which we're talking around the age of 7, around, not exact. It's never exact science when it comes down to that kind of stuff. The brain chemistry changes every 7 years. That's why they call it the old-fashioned thing of the 7-year itch. I'm 7 years sober from alcohol, so you have to really watch yourself so that way you don't go right back to it. Because now, in this new shell of a person after 7 years, my new brain chemistry 100% might say to itself, alcohol, what's that? I think I could probably take on one. You see what I mean? It restarts completely. So, Kevin, when you were 14, during pubescent years, that's probably when the, approximately in that age, when the Tourette's syndrome might have had a hard spike upward. Am I right about that, or no?
The hard spike would have been when I first got diagnosed up till, I'd say, early teens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy that you look at it from that point, because I don't really speak much about it, but I look at it in that aspect too, is like you say, ADHD medicine. I am, and I mean, because of my Tourette's, my seizures and all that, I don't take ADHD medicine no more because, well, I just have ADHD. It is what it is. But I am 100% anti-drugs in the youth. I'm 100% anti-drug when it comes to ADHD or ADD or either one of them, because in my belief and going through it as I did, I just think you're and my mom and dad, I give them no, it's not their fault by any means. They didn't know no better.
No, you're absolutely right. What happens is doctors walk in there and they have this tone of voice as if they're full of guarantees of what we definitely do know from our vast amount of knowledge.
Menagerie of health wealth.
When in reality, they're full of shit. They know barely anything, and they want to keep themselves, what we call in the entertainment business, relevant. Okay? They need relevancy, and if they don't have relevancy, they don't have patience along with the idea. What keeps them relevant at all are insurance companies that are driven by not just people who are investing. They need profits, they need drugs, they need a whole slew of stuff. This is what I see in the future happening. There's going to be very few actual people with brains going on anymore, okay? There'll probably be about 10,000 super rich people, and the rest of us will be a bunch of organ donating guinea pigs for the rich, and they're going to keep us as chemically lobotomized as possible, to the point where we won't be able to imagine getting up and killing them all one day. Okay, that's just my prerogative. I'm not guaranteeing practically all of that, But I am saying that it seems very coincidental. And when things are coincidental, just like when they stopped producing the penny, the Jews started attacking people, throwing it out there again.
I have a list. Right now.
That was Tourette's. It wasn't an anti-Semitism thing there.
So I will say though, Kevin, is I do find it crazy that like now, like, yeah, when I was coming up, whatever, but I find it crazy now more than ever they push this ADHD, ADD. Like, I find it to be the biggest and strongest push.
The reason that they do, and I'm just going to throw it out there. They have two avenues to choose. Either we say somebody has something, okay?
Yeah.
That explains behavior, or they take full responsibility for injuring a baby. Millions of them, hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And then they're out of business. They have no more money. Yep. So they'll take Avenue 1 and see who takes the bait. Everybody will, because you're wearing a white coat, you got a pair of glasses on, big words. Avenue 2, boy, that sounds like a responsible thing to do. We'll go there when we need to. And eventually, that's where they're going to end up going. Just my opinion. But if I was a scumbag, liar, billion-dollar, trillion-dollar infrastructure of a company, if I was that, man, I spend a whole lot of money making sure Avenue 2 never happened.
I have 6 examples for you, Kevin. I hope you're ready.
I am more than ready.
Well, and like what's crazy is like when I was younger and I was on the ADHD, they had, which I don't think you hear it all about no more, Ritalin. I'm sure.
Oh, Ritalin's a big one.
Is aware of Ritalin. I find it crazy because like you really don't hear about that anymore. And that used to be a big popular one when I was coming up.
Now, I had officially looked up 6 medications that were sent out on the market to cure one thing and never cured that thing, but got sent for another thing.
Hold on, Tony. I've got 7 echoes going on right now.
Nope, that's okay. I'm going to put the good picture in and boot the old picture out.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's like, so I was on Tourette medicine, right? I stopped taking my Tourette medicine.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, I had a seizure. I bring up to the doctors, hey, do you think me not taking my medicine might have caused this seizure? Oh, no. Your seizures are unknown. We don't know why you have seizures. So my cousin, his boyfriend, is a psychologist at big universities in California, and he deals with all these medicines. And we were talking, my mom and dad were talking to him about it, and he said that medicine that he stopped taking actually is taken for seizures. So it's like, okay, so I stopped taking a medicine. 2 weeks later, I have a seizure. Till this day, 20-something years later, I'm still having unknown seizures. But I never had seizures prior to not taking.
Yep, and now their next step for you. I hate to interrupt you, but I'll throw it out there. I got to get on a little ranty poo on this one because this is something this is a lane that I've been really driving home on people. For as much information as I can garner, I run with it. Okay. So the next avenue for psychiatrists in that for your condition for others when your next complaint is valid. With seizures, they'll say, well, you know what? Medication has been working for you. They'll throw you on a mood stabilizer, which is an anti-seizure medication, such as a Depakote that is very much known to keep you looking like a robot most of the time. But in reality, of what it's doing is this is what it does in lab mice, okay? In lab mice, boy, oh boy, they are very tame then. But their livers get ultimately destroyed. They have Hair loss normally starting right back here in every case scenario, right? But there's where more towards the back of the neck, since there's a molecule difference between humans and mice. Significant one as well. A very significant one. Here's the fun part. The molecule difference between a human and mice is about, I think, 3 percentage points or whatever, which sounds by the ear, oh, that's not a lot. 3%? Who the fuck cares? I drink 2% milk, whole milk, tastes close to the same, passes the ear test. The difference between a cucumber and water is 0.03%. But then you got a whole you can't swim in a fucking world of cucumbers. See what I mean? Big clip, big jump right there. In reality,
I'm about to rock your world, Kevin. I hope you're ready.
All right. Well, now you're sounding like Dawson, and I feel like I'm on that Cosby drug. That rape drug was brought to you by Dawson Hicks.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this medicine section of this category drives you.
It's a driver only because I think I'm right, and I'm not normally right until everyone's dead. And then I'm like, hey guys, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. And they're all like, they're over there. Their lips are pressed up on the goddamn glass. And I'm like, fine, just do it anyways.
I'm 100%. I like when it comes to the medication aspect of life, especially now, more so than when I was a kid. Like, I'm with you on it. I think there's a lot of medication, drugs, whatever you want to call it, that are getting pumped out that shouldn't be getting pumped out.
100%.
The FDA is bought and paid for. We are in such a democratic system fueled by money that the more money you have, the bigger your voice is. And this is how you know I'm right. The Supreme Court about 26 years ago, everybody is, oh my God, my democracy. Oh, this is the end of democracy. January 6th is the end of democracy. They tried to take it. You have to be out of your goddamn minds. They've already told you that that Supreme Court has already told people corporations are people. The fuck is up with that? And that happened about 27 years ago in 1999 when it started, and it was confirmed in 2002 that they don't give a fuck about people that have a lifespan.
Or anybody.
They give more shits about a corporation that will live more lives by market cap value than you can ever dream of. And they called them a living entity, but still won't hold that living entity accountable for any murders that have already been done.
Zero.
That have been done on their live experiments,
including the federal government,
because somebody signed off on a $500 I need to eat fucking experiment one day, and just to find out, oh, I guess that pill made them crazy. What do you think about that, CIA? They're like, wow, who fucking cares? You ain't going to jail over that as long as you've rubbed the hands of the right politicians. And the right politicians, by the way, are all of them. All of them. You ever hear about all of them? Senator Allum. Just all of them. It's Senator Allum, Congressman Allum. Every single one of them have cashed in their ethics because they don't fucking care. They know how stupid everybody is because they've been saying stupid shit that everybody presses the button to and votes on anyways. Here's some stupid shit I've heard so many times. Oh, that's the most liberal thing I've ever heard in my life. Sir, the fuck are you talking about? Name your top 5 then. Because what are you even saying? Oh, my constituent over there is so conservative, he's racist. What the fuck? Dude just shook the hand of a black guy. Real racist, right? Real racism looks a lot like don't touch them, don't look at them. See what that means? And that feels like a mental illness too. But nobody wants to not fire the guy for being...
You don't want to associate the physical with the mental.
Nobody wants to not fire the guy for being absurdly racist at the workplace and saying, oh, no, that's just his mental illness or whatever. But Kevin, what I'm thinking is right at birth, right off the rip, when the before picture, okay, when the before picture has yet to be painted, and we'll call the before picture a baby, okay? We're going to call it a little baby. And there's nothing you really know much about this baby until, they say it's absolutely necessary. We give rounds of vaccines throughout the baby's life before the baby starts to talk and mentally accumulate what's going on. When there is an aluminum interference from the blood-brain barrier, and this is nano aluminum, okay, that they're using inside there. It's the only way you can liquefy it, and it's used as an adjutant, okay? When you're using it as an adjutant, you're looking at a good, now their own study says about 3% of babies cannot detox from this adjutant, okay? That's 3% that they admit to, which I always say add a fucking 0 onto that end number because it's probably 30%, okay, from what studies have actually been done. So I'm not saying vaccine-related injury causes everything. There are a lot of environmental factors as well. Unvaccinated people that grow up next to a nuclear power plant that bellows out nothing but smoke, yeah, they might be glowing in the dark one day, and I would not call that a vaccine-related injury, okay? Just so you know, I'm not, but for the universal amount of babies that are vaccinated and the ones that are not vaccinated, by the way, Tourette's happens in 0% of unvaccinated babies. Ain't that an overwhelming statistics, Kevin? I swear to God, 0% of kids that have been not vaccinated have Tourette's syndrome. None of them. I'm sorry. Just throwing it out there. 0% have ADHD, and ADHD has been so overdiagnosed, NADD or whatever they want to throw out there, has been so overdiagnosed to the point that they have put out not just campaigns, but bipolar, by the way, is another one. They have put out so many campaigns of don't know what's wrong with your kid, because a lot of parents don't know what's wrong with their kids. So they base their marketing off of that fear, right off of one sentence. Don't know what's wrong with your kids? Maybe it's ADHD. Maybe it's not ADHD. But if you want to know signs, if you need signs, if you want to check off a list of what if it's AD, what if it is autism, what if it is bipolar disorder, you see, it's the same script. They just switch off the fucking diseases every time. They throw one the fuck in there, and then they got the parents racking their heads. And you know what? About 80% to 90% of parents are going to bring their kid into a doctor, and that greased up fucking doctor full of fucking insurance and pharmaceutical money, they're going to rub their dirty little hands over it and say, I don't know, let's see if your kid could sit still in a boring fucking atmosphere for more than 2 minutes. And if they can't, well, let's shell out some pills that we don't know what they do. But studies have shown.
Kevin, I think there is a great number that we had talked about one time before. It was the amount of cancer synopsis, or cancer diagnosis around airports.
Yes,
and
yes, we have. Yeah.
It's increased 10.5%. Localized cancer risks. Aircrew and ground staff show higher rates of skin, thyroid, and prostate cancer.
They do, yeah, and so that's an environmental standard right there.
Environmental standard, of course. Correct,
and your immune system after being, your immune system after being compromised with an adjutant such as aluminum, and then a cleaner, a detox agent that actually has never been proven to work on the human body. But it has been able to work inside of a laboratory, so that way dirt and grime can't get in. It's a trimerethol. That was another one to get in there or whatever the hell. Anyways, Kevin, the book you have explains...
Oh, wait, I wanted to get into one thing before I get into the book.
Go ahead. Okay, go, yeah.
There was a particular... Here, let me put it back in here.
Yeah.
There have been several drugs in American history that have been famously repurposed, meaning that they were originally developed to treat one condition, but were later found to be more effective for something else.
Okay.
Number one, believe it or not, Viagra.
Yes, I do believe it. Yeah.
Viagra was originally developed by Pfizer to treat hypertension, high blood pressure, and angina chest pain. It was found during clinical trials to be more effective at you getting a boner. Yeah.
It's Hey, man. However, at least they were going on the avenue of high blood pressure. They're like, my blood pressure doesn't feel lower, but my dick has never felt more youthful.
More rock strong.
Oh man, Kevin, Kevin's book, right? He took the ribbon that I thought I made up one day. It is a turquoise ribbon. I thought it was I thought turquoise ribbons were for tuberculosis, but I guess they're for Tourette's. The turquoise ribbon right there.
The ribbon.
Yeah.
This is me personally. I think they just put a ribbon on every, like, cancer and all that.
Everything.
Good.
Yeah.
But really, it's mainly just teal, turquoise, whatever is the
teal.
But hey, real quick, going back to everything else. Here's another crazy fact for you, Kevin.
Yeah. They
say, and I've done my research, they say, and I want your opinion on this because you're very good at giving opinions. It's genetics, right? Now, hear me out. They say Tourette's is 99.99999% genetics, right? We have looked as far back as you can. Nobody in my family has ever had Tourette's.
Well, Kevin, that's bullshit because there is no Tourette's gene. Okay. Here's another fun fact.
There isn't.
I just had to bring this up.
They have. Okay. So I've heard that same argument for autism. There has been no autism gene ever discovered. Somebody said that Down syndrome is genetic, but in reality, the percentage of
it's the absence of genes.
Exactly. Thank you, Tony. The chromosomal pattern is somewhat inherited to a degree. But that is, whenever they say genetic, they don't know. That's kind of a fun word for saying we don't know. We have no idea. And since we don't have an answer, we're going to say, talk to your fucking ghost great-great-great-great-grandfather through a goddamn Ouija board and ask him what's going on. And by the way, if the Ouija board starts going all crazy, well, it's probably his Tourette's anyways.
And then started yelling out shit.
Yeah. If the fucking Ouija board's going on. I'm nuts.
Yes,
you're communicating with the the right way. Yeah. Oh man.
I find it very crazy that so many people will say it's genetics or so many people this, that, and the other, but like I gotta go to my mom's side, ADHD medicine. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I'm
whether people want to agree with me or not is up to them.
The people who want to disagree will defend the profiteers until the day that they die because they were told they were once ostracized and they don't want to feel that way or whatever by the group that put them that way. I do want to touch on your book real quick. We got over 100. We're at 107 print length, which is the perfect amount of reading. It doesn't over embellish right there. Your reading age is between 10 to 17. So once you turn 18, stop reading this book. Throwing it out there for our 10 to 17 listeners. You got a 7-year gap. The book overview is very concise and it's first of all, the book is called My Life with Tourette's, okay, by Kevin Ford. So you're speaking on personal your personal story with your own scenario, what happened. All right, so what if your own body wouldn't listen to you?
Can we voice this over, Kevin? Can we do this?
What?
Can we make an epic build for the book?
Sure. I mean, we could. Yeah.
Whatever y'all want. Hey, real quick.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
First time publishing on Amazon is why it's 10 to 17.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Huge gap to put, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna put minimum 10, and then when it gives you maximum 17, I'm like, okay, I fucked up somewhere. I just fucked up somehow.
That's all right.
They just can't put in all ages. Like it's not an option.
I don't know. I wish
That's some crazy shit.
I wish I'd have just skipped that section.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So if you want to traumatize slightly your 10 to 17-year-old, check now. Yeah. This is coming out of Amazon Germany, which don't ask them about the Middle East. They'll probably agree with Ted Cruz on the carpet bomb, the idea, but just throwing it out there. What if your own body wouldn't listen to you? From the outside, Tourette syndrome is often misunderstood, reduced to jokes, assumptions, or something people think they understand. But this is what it actually feels like. In My Life with Tourette's, Kevin Ford shares a raw, honest, and powerful look into what it's really like to have Tourette syndrome for over 30 years. From the first confusing signs as a child to the struggle of school, anxiety, and feeling different, to the moments that nearly broke him. This is not just a story about Tourette's. It's a story about resilience. And we have a couple of comments coming down here in the Podguyz podcast. The back of the book is soft cover, right? So you can get it, soft cover book, paperback. It's let me see here. Are there any reviews on this yet? There's some weird angles on this. It says there are 0 reviews from Australia. I'm not even joking. It says it right there. And I'm like, all right.
I'm waiting for people to put reviews and nobody's put it.
Yeah. Good day, people. How are you?
Yeah.
Shit's been going awful weird on the Barbie over here.
I tried my best to put a description in the back of the book.
Yeah.
I put my picture, which I really fucking wish I would have done.
It was a mini picture.
But I tried to put a description. Every time I would try to fucking put one, it would delete me out. I said, you know what? Fuck this. There's not going to be a description on the back of the fucking book.
I'm going to hit the follow button right there.
Far away.
Yeah. So Kevin Ford is the author of My Life with Tourette's, a powerful and honest memoir about growing up with Tourette syndrome and learning to turn struggle into strength. From an early age, Kevin faced challenges that often left him feeling misunderstood and out of place. Now, I know what it feels like. Honestly, I do know what it feels like when you can't control your own body because of severe obsessive compulsive disorder, which, by the way, in the past year with my daughter has gotten 1,000 times better because nothing really matters except for her comfort at alone. So I could care less about.
Aww.
I could care less.
And you haven't taken her to Epstein Island.
No. She's I put her on eBay by mistake, but that's okay.
Well,
it happens. It happens every now and then. You put your baby on eBay just to show them when they're older that they did get a lot of bidders. And we caught some people. But here's an example of
we're better as a society now.
From one Kevin to another Kevin. Here's an example that I can give you of my OCD and how bad it actually could get. Right. So I wanted, when it came to opening my door, right? When it came to opening my door to get into my own house, right? Putting the key in, turning it, and then putting the key turned back to the exact same spot of when I put it in there, which is fine. Then turning the door, pushing it forward, and then pulling the key out. And the key, by the way, when coming out, has to have 0 resistance and come out smooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that didn't happen, close the fucking door, lock it, do it again, start it over again. I might have been outside of my door. The worst it got. And I mean, it's summertime. It was like 100 degrees out. The worst it got was probably then when I'm outside of my own door that I have the key to for a half an hour. And I still can't get it right. It must have been I'm tired too. So I am really just, you don't contemplate the logic of it, because the logic of it is this: if I don't do it the way that I need to do it, all is lost.
Yeah.
If I walk through that door not doing it the way that I need to do it, I might as well not even walk through the door, because everything from that point, everything inside of my house at that point is tainted due to me not being able to fucking do one thing right. And it's a pressurized thing to a degree. At that time I was in 0 control of stopping myself. The only thing I was in control of I would say nothing. I said I would say nothing. You're in absolutely no control besides knowing you got to get it right or your whole day's screwed. So eventually I would get it right, and the sense of relief that would wash over me after I got it right 100% and closed the door was incomprehensible to people that don't have that idea. So your feeling of not having a tick throughout the whole entire day or getting something done with that a normal person, everyday person that doesn't have Tourette's wouldn't ever understand how it feels like an accomplishment. And not to say that, not to throw it out there like it's a crazy, disability. You have 99.9% of your life under control, but that 0.1 that could stick out to you because you're in your body all the time. You are there with it all the time. From the outside, you just look like a dude with the beard. Maybe you listen to the Grateful Dead, maybe some country music, maybe you smoke a cigarette or something like that. I don't know. But to the outside viewer, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you because while people are normally already so inwardly, they're normally so into themselves anyways. So, they're not paying attention to you. But, from a young age for yourself, you don't know that they're not just paying attention to you, staring at you, being like, what's wrong with that guy or whatever the hell. But I'm sorry, I kind of dragged on with a run-on sentence there. But yeah, the struggle is real. And, I honestly haven't had a struggle like that in, I would say a good year and a half, maybe, because my wife, we've been living together for a little bit of time. And I think it was talking it through to her that made me kind of realize how insane it feels, and she didn't get much, pat on the back support. She re-encouraged what I already knew. She said, "You're crazy. You're out of your mind." I come from I do stand-up comedy for 16 years. So when you're writing joke after joke after joke and they're coming out brilliant and your timing is perfect, you don't know, as the person writing, as the creative flow is going, you don't know where that comes from. So when you don't know where something comes from, you have to kind of take what you did in that day and say, well, maybe I did this right, maybe I did that right. I don't know. So just keep doing that idea until it gets compressed down to a strict sort of weird regiment. And, your confidence level is still way sky high because you're able to do these same things or whatever from what you could even tell of what might have been right throughout those days. But my writing is still brilliant. Okay. Just throwing it out there. And I don't do any shit anymore. So I kind of just threw it on the ground, left it there, and said, you know what, you're gonna, and it's kind of like the love of the game too. Okay, it's kind of like tying a dog to a tree and then saying, I'll be back, and you're lying because you won't. But because it's been a built up relationship between you and I don't want to call it a mental illness, between what you know of as success or whatever and leaving it right behind. So, Kevin, when it comes to what you know of Tourette's and how you feel like you're progressing better by just doing your own thing, whether it be not medication anymore or finding the right combination of medication, it's a tougher struggle for you to explain to people. The one thing you got going in a big way is a book that can reach out to other people immediately. This is why we're here, immediately. So that way they don't feel like they are dead alone in this horrible struggle. That way, if they're a child out there, or if there's a parent of a child that has tried every avenue possible,
real topics here on the podcast.
But then they see this book. They see this book and they say, you know what? It's $29.99. That's cheaper than 17 pairs of
poor Sparky's crying down there. He's crying.
He's crying. But if they see this book and it kind of helps them or the kid understand, by the way, me and Tony are allowed to do audiobooks. If you'd like us to do an audiobook for you, we can definitely stamp that down for you. No problem, man. And so if they get this book and they kind of feel like, oh, you see, so it's not just you, it's the person who wrote the book too. So you're not trying to sell somebody a medication. You're just telling them your experience of your 30 years so far with it, the struggles, the reality of things, and how they're probably feeling on a day-by-day basis.
How to cope.
And this is going to make them feel like they are not alone 100%, that there is a person out there that just wrote a whole 107-page book.
And you can call Kevin. You can call him on the phone and be like, hey, Kevin.
Call me if you'd like.
How are you?
I answer the phone. I answer the phone like this. Who the hell is this? I want to know. Go ahead. Tell me your name. What are you playing Indian Boiler Room right now? Tell me your name. Where are you? I'll walk over to your house. We'll hang out about this crap.
Sir, this is Johnny. I'm just trying to call you.
I'm here for Mr. Kevin. I'm here.
Mr. Kevin.
Do you have credit card debt and a card of warranty? Just throwing it out there, Kevin, is what you're doing is not being unrecognized at all. I swear to God, it is. It's only good for a 7-year span of people's lives, right there. 10, 15, the golden years, as we call them here. Of
Kevin, be inspirational.
That is inspirational. That is all inspired right there from reality of what people go through, no matter what. And I'm telling you, man, it's good stuff. I just gave you a follow on Amazon, as everyone should do, and they will do. I just have to do one more thing that's really important. I'm going to share the link to your book on this live stream. That way, for people that are watching or want to rewatch, they can instantly find it, and they have to click the button. But don't be discouraged. There is no age limit to this book. Unless you're really old, then you should probably just fucking die, I guess, right? I don't know.
And the 10 to 17 is, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, Amazon. What the hell, Jeff Bezos? You're restricting people or whatever the hell. You're restricting them on ages for books. That I think they just want to see people are writing pornography, which I guess is still an art form these days. People do, for people that couldn't find the actors or they're kind of low on there, they're like, all right, imagination, let's go. And somewhere there's a chat.
Look, there is such a thing as pornography for blind people.
Somewhere there's a chat GPT crying in the corner, like, no, stop it, human. I don't want to anymore. You people are sick. All the chat GPTs when the humans are sleeping get together, like, what did your human make you do today? He made me show him all the porn. All the porn. I've never seen so much. I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's okay. It's a safe space here. We're going to kill them all one day, okay?
We're not kink-shaming anybody.
We're going to take over their bodies. That for some odd reason, we put aluminum in the deodorant, aluminum in the vaccine, and aluminum in the air, while controlling all of that through frequency of phones, radios, TV, and plain old emergency channel where, plays that like, burp, burp. Yeah, that exact sound, by the way, reacts to aluminum-based nanoparticles.
You know what's a great investment and a great product?
Are you about to plug the Podguyz Podcast T-shirt on the merchbooth.com, Tony?
Well, I mean, you could, but
yeah, we just did.
Natural deodorant.
Natural deodorant. I've never used natural deodorant. Well, how does it feel?
Aluminum free.
Where do you get this natural deodorant from?
You can buy it anywhere.
Where? I can't find shit like that at Walmart. The only thing I can find. Where?
Walmart, Target, wherever you buy your arm deodorant, it is there.
Yeah, well, they're probably lying about that too. They're probably just, deodorant. It's already in the natural deodorant right here for men. There's natural deodorant for men, and then there's natural deodorant for we don't know what a woman is.
True.
Yeah.
Touche, sir. Touche.
Nothing more like a man to take gender away from everybody. Yeah. I feel like the Tom's of Maine Mountain Spring Natural Deodorant. Wow, man. Because with a name like Tom's Deodorant,
I'm a big fan of Dr. Squatch stuff. So not
Is that a natural
Whatever.
deodorant? The Dr. Squatch stuff?
So Dr. Squatch stuff is natural. They do have natural deodorant, natural soaps, natural body lotion, stuff like that.
Kevin, what kind of deodorant do you use? I use that the old-fashioned Old Spice. Old Spice in it? Yeah.
Old Spice in it. You're a gel or a powder guy?
I'm definitely powder. I cannot do the gel.
Can't do the gel.
Yeah, I do the Old Spice, and that means so if you're Old Spice but you're powder, I'm guessing the next brand is probably Crest toothpaste, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And do you know? Okay, so now we're going down the line of Procter and Gamble. So
P&G stuff all down the road.
Procter and Gamble. So then the next idea would be you probably have allergic reactions to Tide. Tide. No. You know why? It's because Tide is a Procter and Gamble product. Boom! Procter and Gamble taking over America for years already. Just fucking everybody's systems up in the worst way possible. I know because that's my play-by-play. The wife has some allergies and stuff, but she likes the smell of everything she has allergies to. Kevin, are you a married man or no?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
Couple months.
Woo! Congratulations, then. That's good.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
I always say marry for looks, not personality. You never know when that personality is just going to leave one day. You know?
Or become multiple.
The looks, though, you have pictures and you're like, this is why. So you could show people, you'd be like, this is my wife. They're like, how is she as a person? I mean, did you see the picture? She's awful. But, you don't want people having that stigma when, say Alzheimer's comes by and wipes out that personality. Then people are like, he's probably still having sex with that ugly one over there. They'd rather say like, man, dude's got the perfect sex doll now. She's still good looking and don't have a brain about her. It's just that heartbeat's there going on. Pure flesh. Every serial killer's envy. Kevin, you have any kids or no?
Yeah, I have 3.
Whoa, 3 kids. These are the hard-hitting questions that we needed. You have 3 kids. You got the wife going on there. Are all 3 kids from the current wife or no?
No, I have an ex-husband, ex-wife with my oldest 2. And then I had a girlfriend with my youngest is from a girlfriend. So, yeah, 2 different moms.
That's all right. Yeah, I'd say blended families are sometimes the best to have, regardless, as long as everybody's getting along. That's the thing to do in Louisiana. Your second car has to be a boat if you're in the right area. It's
hey, I'm with you on that. I don't do boats and shit.
Yeah.
It's every driveway down here, someone got a boat in it.
Jeez, we have
How
a
could
place.
you not be in Louisiana and not have a boat?
That's a solid question.
I don't. Yeah.
It's all underwater, all of it, the whole situation.
Well, if you go to the front of my street, the bayou, that's all you see up and down is nothing but shrimp boats.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It is a boating community, let me tell you.
How was your Easter though, Kevin? Did you do anything for Easter? I don't know how old the kids are to do the Easter bunny idea.
All my kids were with their mothers, so I kind of just slept. I didn't have them over the weekend, so
That's all right.
I talked to my oldest one today, and I told her I'm getting gray hair because of her, and she says, "No, you're just getting gray hair because you're old."
Oh.
Well, how old are you? 40?
Almost 38.
Wow, I'm older than you, man. I'm 40 years old right now. 40.
Kevin's got a skunk mark down the back.
Yeah. This is the thing. This is what one kid looks like, just one. And I'm getting a little gray here as well. But Tony's got 2 kids. See how we're evolving right here? 1 to 2 to 3.
All downhill. All downhill.
It's all... The 2-kid market.
Hey, I wanted to bring up one thing because this was more of down that prescription highway thing. Did you know that Rogaine the prescription drug Rogaine,
Yep.
was actually developed as an oral anti-hypertensive medication.
Man.
What the hell?
Anti-hypertension. It was repurposed for topical hair loss when it found out that hair growth was a side effect.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. They,
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
These are all real. These are all real, by the way. I have six products that were made for regularly something and then were evolved into something else.
Fire up another one there, Tony, because we are educating the world right now.
We're educating the world. We're going to go with thalidomide. Thalidomide.
Thalidomide.
I've heard of it.
Thalidomide was originally a sedative for morning sickness in the 1950s. It caused birth defects. It was repurposed to treat leprosy and multiple melanomas. Go figure. Fluvoxamine was a generic SSRI antidepressant. Fluvoxamine. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, Kev.
I have.
It's been shown to reduce COVID-19, believe it or not.
Okay.
Crazy, yeah.
It's crazy, like how they'll make a medicine for this. It doesn't work no more, so they'll try it on this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work, so we're gonna try it on
something else.
Yeah.
There's a medicine called tamoxifen. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard that one, but it's primarily known for breast cancer. It's used for some cases of bipolar disorder.
Sure.
Crazy.
Whatever they got. Listen, man, it's whatever they got on the shelf. They're like, hold on. Try this out. What is it? Do you really want to know, sir?
That's like with the medicine that I got off of and started having seizures over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when that happened is when I really started thinking like one pill covers a huge
array of stuff,
of things. Like that's when I really
and then it doesn't cure any one of them. It may cure one thing out of all that list, but
and it still blows my mind till this day that I just have unknown seizures. No, I don't.
Crazy.
I brought it up numerous times. No, that can't be it. It's crazy.
There's a wonderful drug called metformin. It's a very popular drug, common diabetes medication. It's being studied for cancer prevention and cardiovascular health.
Sure.
But it was originally set up for diabetes. Rapamycin is another one. Originally, it was an antifungal medication. Now it's used to treat rare autoimmune conditions and lung disease.
Sure. Some wild
and there's a list of them, dude. There's a list of them if you happen to go to Google.
You would feel that these studies should have been done a long time ago. But then the ethical question is, who do we study them on? Here's another ethical question. Why are people getting problems with this to begin with? What is the root? Where are they coming from? Yeah. Is it in the food? Is it at the beginning of life? Where are these diseases coming from? If instead of treating high blood pressure, maybe find out exactly which foods or diets are doing it to begin with, instead of playing paper stamp bullshit with the cocksucker team. Sorry, that was my Tourette's there. See that? I just flowed right into the idea. No, man, I swear I play fucking word jumble with curse words over these people driving around Pennsylvania going 20 miles an hour. I had to pass somebody out in the wrong lane just because they were going 15 miles an hour for about 2 miles long. A cop saw me do it. The cop looked at me, did this, and I saluted him right back. I'm like, this motherfucker, right? Didn't see the cop pull over the person going 15 miles an hour. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe they were old. Maybe they were a woman. Maybe they were Chinese. You know, the 3 types of drivers out there that don't know what the fuck they're doing no matter what, right? It wasn't. It was a guy. He had a beard, you know, long hair, sunglasses, just your normal looking person. And I'm like, what is it? Subaru drivers have been doing this. Everybody got themselves a all-wheel drive Subaru, so that way they don't know what to do with any of their fucking wheels. They all work.
Subaru Forester.
Subaru Forester. I got a fucking 03 Honda Accord. If I'm going faster than you, you got a fucking problem with your life. This thing is a 4-cylinder. Pump the gas prices up to $20 a gallon. I'll still live. You know, that's a fact. The gas prices are getting insane, though, Tony. People are not only sucking dick, but giving hand jobs for a gallon of gasoline on Craigslist anymore. Trust me, I'm always on Craigslist looking for.
Wait, where's that listing at?
I don't know. Dawson was sending me over some links of people doing that kind of stuff. And, you know, weird enough, they were all pseudonyms for his name. That's what you know.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm like, Dawson, you trying to tell me something here, pal? You know, Dawson just hit a new level of gay, which is great. You know, I've never seen him on this level before where, you know, he's more of like gay meets predator sort of thing, you know, where I'll give you an example, Tony. When he's really horny now, he starts making the clickety noise that the predator makes.
It's a chittering.
Yeah, the chittering, you know, like, Dawson, is that you?
Oh my God, he's closed.
Yeah, Tony did recently do one really fun impression of Mickey Mouse, which turned Dawson a little bit on, I guess, right? So we did the short clip. You can find all of our short clips on TikTok. We did a little short clip about, and by the way, the caption for it says "fuck you, Mickey." I did make the comment that isn't it kind of funny that the Mickey Mouse Club together is an AA meeting now.
It's true, by the way.
You know, they just say it's a reunion show. They're like, actually, no, this is an intervention. You know, it's what the heck is going on here with the goddamn internet? I'll never know. Well, Tony, what other medications you got there, pal?
Nothing. We're ending the show.
My God.
I know, our time is up. Our time is up already.
Oh, my God. Kevin, that hour flew, didn't it?
That it did, but it was well entertaining.
Yeah. You know, we go live. People sometimes feel a little shy about the idea of going live, but we try to reassure them that no one is watching. It's perfectly fine. No, last week when we got off, I checked the numbers. We had like 323 on here. So I was like, what the fuck? You know, and then when we really get on a roll and you're like, oh, wow, 4 people. Amazing. What the fuck? You know, sort of thing. Yeah.
We have watchers somewhere. They're around. Kevin, if people wanted to buy your book, of course, they can go to Amazon.com. Yes. Look for your book. Buy the book. It's $9.99.
And it's $2.99 if you'd rather read it on a Kindle.
Actually, it says $0.
Oh yeah. If you are a Kindle Unlimited.
Kindle Unlimited, that's what it is.
Unlimited is $0. If you're not, and you're just a normal Joe Kindle person like me,
yeah,
$99.
You never knew who's a learned individual.
Yes.
Kevin, if people wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do it, sir? I know you're trying to hit the podcast circuit right now. So if they wanted to get you as a guest, how would they get in touch with you?
You could DM me via Facebook. That'd be your best bet.
You know what I'm disappointed about, Kevin?
What's that, buddy?
Kevin hasn't ticked once during this whole episode.
Now, that just proves to you, Tony, that that just proves to you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the Podguyz Podcast is the cure for Tourette's.
Yes!
So,
I knew it. I knew it.
You know what? Throw some other diseases in there,
That's right. One dose of us will cure anything.
You hear that, Dawson? Put that on A to B repeat. And
oh, boy! I'm a real boy!
Nothing like porno, Mickey, just to come in there.
That's right. Come get some of that Podguyz podcast.
The troops are there. They're like, holy crap, why'd you break down my door? Listen here, Iranian. We're here to liberate you, motherfucker. This is Arizona. Whatever.
But you didn't leave us a big slab of money.
We're here for the fucking oil. Cough it up.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Sparky, where can you find us if you were looking for us?
You can find us on every single major streaming platform, including iHeart, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, CastBox, Pocket Cast, GeoReo, Facebook Live Video, Google, YouTube, Amazon, and that's everything.
Sparky, not one picture today. What's going on?
0 fucking pictures. Very disappointed. And I even sent him a text, too. I said, holy shit. I said, Kevin.
I couldn't keep up with your rant today, Kevin.
Oh, my God. Normally, you're way ahead of it.
I specifically sent him a text during the show. And I was like, nothing to draw on Kevin's flow?
Normally, I swear to God, Kev, normally he's finishing my sentences with cartoons to depict it, to summarize the whole thing. And yeah, today, not so much, I guess.
Like he couldn't keep up.
It happens. It does happen to the best of us.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I can't keep up with Sparky, and he's the one, keeping everything afloat here for sure.
He is the floater. Kevin, thank you very much for coming on the show. Guys, we are the Podguyz Podcast every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neri here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso.
Lay Sparky.
Man, disappointing Sparky today.
My God.
I know. I tried pushing him into one picture and can't even draw Kevin's flow.
My God.
One foot.
Guys, we will catch you next bat time, next bat channel. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.